off the start. Let's watch FaZe Clan to see how they can stack up against the likes of OpTic Gaming and Hardpoint.
Well, you highlighted Attach. Let's see what he brings to the table here, as he's going to be the third man in line. He's going to throw out some trophies, give his teammates some protection, but Crimsix inside the hardpoint getting the job done early on there. Scumpy to follow up. Let's switch over to him, as he's going to be the guy inside the hardpoint. Quick draw, grip, and stock on his VMP.
Stock does make it through. We saw OpTic last week putting some pressure on the stock by protecting it in a few of their games out of worry that it would get banned. Now, though, Scump has that stock ready to go on his VMP. A little bit of an awkward timing there. OG out to an 18-2 lead. Attached on the hard point. He's going to pre-fire. 3 bullets left. Gets the job done. As FaZe look to get as much time as possible on this first hard point.
And, you know, this is a hard point map that we've seen OpTic Gaming lose.
That was my next point.
We've seen them lose Breach hardpoint before. Yep. This is, you know, not one of those hardpoint maps where they just flat out dominate like some of the others. So I think FaZe, they have a realistic chance here on hardpoint. This is one of their better maps.
I will most certainly say that this is OpTic Gaming's weakest hardpoint in my eyes. Definitely a winnable match for FaZe. The big difference for me is the control of bottom, Palace, and green. I feel like it's a lot of times where OG struggle. This, of all the hills, actually, Cages, is one that OpTic Gaming do well on. You can see it right there. They always send pressure top middle. Sometimes it's Scump. This time it's Crim. They love watching over that back area with ARs. It's working out right now for OG. They've doubled and near tripled the score of FaZe up the start of this game.
Both these teams are just making really heads up and smart plays. I mean, Zuma hitting that lower wall run, and just like that, all 4 players go down from FaZe. But what we saw from OpTic Gaming is they were pushing out all the lanes, right? The one thing they missed is they didn't send anybody aggressively up towards construction or porta potties. That allowed FaZe to kind of group up and all hit from the same angle as they took mid control a little bit before that. But OpTic Gaming, they've built themselves a pretty sizable lead here on the Cages hardpoint. They've got every single second on it so far, and that reflects in the lead, man. They're up. They're going to be up by like 80 points.
Yeah, they're in a great spot at the moment.
70 points, sorry.
One thing I do want to point out, if you notice, why is Karma's name yellow right now on your scoreboard? This was recently patched yesterday. A specialist meter has been added in. Be sure to tweet Treyarch with a picture of your favorite dog saying thank you so much for this. Just a nice happy picture. Spread positive vibes, right? Puppies make everybody happy. As it's just such a great addition because now you can see who's going to really find action with a specialist. We watched Karma there use the heat wave. Now Scump has earned his kinetic armor as well. Now has popped it. You can see how it's flashing. The meter's dropping down. He's getting kills near top middle. He'll flood into the hard point. Gets the entry kill his team needs.
Pre-fires around the corner, but can't pick up the kill. OpTic Gaming.
No follow-up.
They've been pushing in kind of one by one into this hard point, not attacking at the same time.
What did I mention? What did I mention? This is a hill where they struggle to break for that exact reason. Because there's so many different angles to watch, OG, they try to just flood in one by one at times, and it doesn't work out. It's a perfect hold for FaZe. Not only are they going to hold this hill, but they're going to hold it for all 60 seconds, and OG are actually late on the rotation because they spawned outside that top vent area. It's kind of exactly where I wound up predicting it, Revan, where OG, yes, they'll do well at holding Cages. They hold that for 60, but where they struggle is Palace, and they lost 60 seconds right there.
Here comes Scumpy. He's going to pop his active camo, but he loses the gunfight to attack. But inside the hard point, it's Karma stepping up along with Scump, 11-5, 13-6 respectively. They see the shadow of the player up top. Scump makes quick work of Zuma. As OpTic Gaming, they hold on to the hard point. Now they're looking to build some streaks.
Nice challenge by Karma, 12-5. Him and Scump have really taken over this game. A little bit of a slow start from Crimsix and Karma, but that's what makes OpTic Gaming, or sorry, Crimsix and Formal, sorry. That's what makes OpTic Gaming so lethal.
The lightning.
In this game mode, Scump now with lightning.
Sees the
gets
shadow.
the Hellstorm, one more kill, and he's got the Cerberus. Not going to happen there. As OpTic Gaming have brought their lead back to about 40 seconds as they still try to lock down this green hill, and that's exactly what they're going to do. Wow,
yep,
what a hill from
They should
OpTic.
start pushing forward right now, and kind of going back on the point that you're making, how sometimes OpTic do have some troubles breaking in the hard point. It seems like they just need to get everybody in position, then do a countdown. I think that's the most basic way to go about it. Maybe they're starting to overthink some things going into that stage of the game when they're set up to break, but man, take a look at Scump. 18-7 with 1:30 inside the hard point. And
we mentioned how it's Scump versus Attach, right?
4-9
Attach is
versus
4-9. I mean, this is like all the fuel you could ever need to add to the fire of that conversation between FaZe and OpTic fans. Last year it was Clayster versus Formal. This year it's Attach versus Scump. Beautiful hold there by FaZe. OpTic Gaming will spawn all the way out. We'll take another 10 seconds before they can even try to contest this hard point. Clayster only had one burst left. He'll reload, challenge the player, tags him up there. He should be able to follow this kill up, but as I say that, it looks like OpTic Gaming have found their way into the hard point.
Yeah, Karma here to follow up from Formal. Can't pick up the kill as Attach somehow beats down his own teammate as he takes down Clayster. It's now going to be up to Scumpy inside the hard point with 10 seconds remaining. One player in front of him can't clean up the kill, but they still have the streaks to fall back on. In the meantime, FaZe, they're setting up some early position here over near the next hard point as we move back to the middle hut. Attach has already thrown down some trophies. Some Semtex is going out as well. The lightning strike gets called in from Scump, but FaZe still hold on to control.
A very, very close matchup now. OpTic Gaming, what was a 70-second lead, down to just 25. You mentioned good heat wave there. Would you say Karma is the best at heat wave in Black Ops 3? Best at using heat wave?
He's certainly up there. It's kind of hard to say who's the best with what, just because we've seen them used in so many different manners, right?
Yeah.
But that's going to be 3 down from FaZe. Scumpy moves right into the hard point. He also has kinetic armor to use. Be a good hard point to pop him if he feels the pressure. He also has a Hellstorm missile still in his back pocket. There's the kinetic armor. He gets popped, but he loses the gunfight to Enable as he charges right in. Enable also has his heat wave to use, but he gets cleaned up from Karma using those Semtex grenades. And I just wanted to see if he was using Danger Close. It's something that Karma's been using so often as of late.
Yep, OpTic Gaming get the better of FaZe again in this bottom middle hard point. They'll extend their lead to about 60 seconds as we rotate back towards cages. Now this is where it gets scary for FaZe fans because OpTic are up by about 60 seconds, and they're going into their best hill on this map.
Yeah.
Scump takes down
he might use a
Attach
Hellstorm
on
here.
the rotation. Does he elect to do so? Hasn't as of yet, and I don't think he has because they had that middle map pressure, right? They still had Crim6 there. They're still spawning in the back. No reason to panic as of yet, and Scump knows just that.
Now it's going to be one player charging right through the front. It's Zuma with active camo. He takes control and he shuts down the site from Formal after that. 2 huge kills from Zuma. This gives FaZe an opening to at least close the gap that they currently face in the score, but he's the last remaining FaZe player pushed up. He's about to get pressured in from multiple angles, finds one, takes down Formal, another player challenging from the back door, but once again, it's Scumpy making plays happen.
They're going to give up all
right
that
now,
time.
He's plus 13.
FaZe are going to have to give up all 25 seconds. That's going to put OpTic
Karma has a Cerberus,
up
by the way.
by about 70 seconds, and somehow Karma has a Cerberus. He's got the heat wave. He's fully streaked out. Karma and Scump both just taking over this first game, already with combined near 50 kills.
And with Formal 13 and 19, because normally we see him dropping like 40 kills around this moment in the game, this has kind of opened up for some room for Scump and Karma to also get some slaying done.
And that's where it gets scary, is that everyone can fill the role when they need to for this team. Kinetic armor gets popped by Attach. Nice. He'll flood on out. Gets one, has a second player challenging to his right, wins that engagement versus Crim6 as well. FaZe, this was the hill that really swung you guys back into the game earlier. You need to do it again here. If they lock down these 40 seconds, they're back within 20, but they cannot let OpTic Gaming get this break at any time during this hard point. The challenge comes in. Heat wave is popped. Enable clears out one with the help of Zuma as well. Now Scump on the pinch. Attach finds him. Attach now coming to life in this game. You still have Karma fully streaked out. FaZe winning gun battles all over the map. It's Hellstorm time apparently now for OpTic Gaming. That's not going to do anything as FaZe are back within 40 seconds.
That's fine though. It gives OpTic Gaming a ton of information that keeps everybody from FaZe trapped inside the hardpoint. They can't push up on the map and try to beat OpTic Gaming in rotation, because that's the one saving grace they had last time this hardpoint came around, is FaZe, they won the rotation there. So this time, they're the ones that are a little bit late, but once again, we see OpTic Gaming struggling to break into that Palace hardpoint. They essentially tried to attack from 4 different angles, but they all got picked apart one by one as they're setting up to do so.
Here goes the break, but Scump is ready for it. They took a little bit too long to challenge from both angles. Scump pre-fires, and oh, that hold right there might just be the dagger. You've got Karma holding on to all the streaks he has in his arsenal. This man is +6. He is going off right now. Scump, 28 and 15, 245 in the hard point. Talk about an MVP performance.
Oh yeah, and you got Karma pretty much right behind him, only 4 kills behind, but for the time being, FaZe, they break in. They're not giving up without a fight. It's going to be Attach inside the hard point, as he's 18 and 20 currently on a 2-spree.
I see a helicopter in the middle of that.
There's the Cerberus being called in. 10 seconds remaining in this current hard point. It's all about the rotation phase. They need to give up this scrap time. You're just fighting a man down on rotation, almost 2 man down, as now all the streaks are being called in. You got a Cerberus near the middle of the map. Things are looking grim here for FaZe.
Oh, gosh.
OpTic Gaming with Hurricane shows they should be able to shut it down.
This is it. OpTic Gaming take map number 1, 250 to 202. Okay. And while FaZe at times were able to lock down hills for 40, 50+ seconds, specifically in that Palace hardpoint, outside of that, it was really just OG winning on basically every other hill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the one struggles that OpTic had on this map were breaking into that Palace hardpoint. I feel like that's where FaZe got the majority of their time, just locking down Palace for both rotations where we visited there. So great job from FaZe.